Hi, and welcome to my first ever chess opening video where I look deep dive into common chess openings and how best I can use them to play the game of chess and move up with your ELO ratings here on chess.com. So the first opening that I've been looking at is the Italian game. It's been recommended to me by many sites that this is one that a lot of beginners should look at and develop to better improve their game right off the bat. So I've been playing with this for about a week now, and I found that my favorite variation is the Giuoco Piano game, where I go with the Pianissimo variation. I find that when I use this variation, I win a lot of games, and a lot of that comes down to the fact that it creates a lot of easy attack lines, especially if you want to be an aggressive player, while also being malleable enough so that when your opponent throws anything at you, you usually can fight it off pretty quick. So let's just jump into how the Italian game and the Pianissimo variation it comes about. So you start off as white from e2 to e4. Black will respond with e5. We will then go knight to f3. They'll go knight to c6. We then go bishop to c4. And this is the Italian game opening, the most basic fundamental opening for the Italian game. From here, Black goes to c5 with the Traxler defense. We, as white, will then move up to c3 for the Giuoco Piano game. From here, you kind of take into account what Black does. If Black moves the knight to f6, we then push up our pawn to d3. And this is going to be the Giuoco Piano main line, which is moving the bishop or the pawn to d3, which reinforces this pawn here so that Black's knight can't take it. So there's the only thing that you have to look for when it comes to this variation. There's a couple things that you want to that are key to really attacking with this opening. Black's going to want to move this pawn to d6 to fortify this pawn here, just so Black no longer has to guard it here and can attack the bishop. So when Black does move this pawn to d6, what we want to do in this variation is voluntarily move our bishop back. We do this because Black will want to move here and attack the bishop. If our bishop didn't move back and we just castled instead, Black moves his knight there, and there is nowhere for my bishop to go, right? It's dead anywhere it goes. It's a goner. And we don't want that to happen. So whenever Black does push up this d6 pawn, it is very important for us to voluntarily move back so that if Black does try to attack, we can push it back. Another thing we want to be looking for is getting this castle and getting this knight all the way over to this f5 square. So let's look how everything kind of goes. So Black will play this. We move back. Black plays the bishop up. We can move here. Black castles. Will castle. They play up. We can take, or we can ignore right there and move this rook to e1 to also fortify this pawn. So if we do have a trade war, we can come out on top. Another thing that Black likes to do in this is to go here and pin this knight to the queen. This is something that I don't think that we really need to worry about too much. You can either push the pawn up here, or like I said, move your knight here to get your knight eventually here. You can go there to here, and you're now attacking the knight, and then you're also one square away from the f5 pawn. All right, so that's the Giuoco Pianissimo. Like I said, the biggest things that we need to be hitting up are, one, when the Black pawn moves up to d6, that we need to be moving the bishop down to b3. Two, we want to get that b1 knight all the way up to f5. By doing that, you are greatly increasing the attack, late game attack for the variation. And three, just be patient with his position. You always want to just be one move ahead of Black. Don't let Black set the parameters of the game, and you're going to be able to bust out victory after victory with this variation. So if you like that explanation of the pianissimo variation, please give this channel a like and subscribe. I'll be coming out with new chess openings and variations weekly, and I hope to see you there.